It's my pleasure to introduce, this is a luncheon for the legislative leaders in Sacramento, and coming out of the legislative branch and never the executive branch, I clearly know what is the most important part of state government. And my first person to introduce, who I've known for years since he came up as a staffer. First time I met him, he asked for an autographed copy of my brother's biography, and so I knew he was a very smart man. And a good man with a good heart who cares about the things we as Democrats care about. And that's the things that Elizabeth Warren talked about, you know, ordinary, common, when they can get a job, working class people, cares about the environment, cares about consumer protection, cares about, you know, helping out college students, helping out foster children. And more importantly, he is the only person besides my mother, my father, and my two brothers to call me Johnny, President Pro Tem of the Senate. Where'd you go? Kevin De León.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Chair. My good friend, Johnny, or Juanito. First of all, brothers and sisters, it's always a high honor and a high bar to speak alongside my good friend, Tony Atkins. In the past, as we all know, Assembly speakers and Senate presidents haven't always seen eye to eye. But to me, Speaker Atkins is a true working partner, and I believe that California is a true beneficiary because of that partnership. With that, Madam Speaker, thank you very much. My friends, Democrats, I am deeply honored to be here. And I am humbled to serve as president of one of the greatest legislative bodies in the world. I am blessed to serve alongside 24 extraordinary and accomplished leaders in the Senate Democratic Caucus. Some of them are here with us today. The Senate Majority Leader, Mr. Bill Manning, Memo, Bill Manning. There we go. Our incredible chair of the Budget Committee, that is Mr. Mark Leno. Mark Leno. And a very exciting and vibrant labor leader who is now part of the Senate Democratic Caucus. She is my chair of the Democratic Caucus of the California State Senate. That is Senator Connie Leyva. Now, as elected officials, as state senators, it's not enough for us to ensure that California is the most prosperous state in America or in the world. No, the true measure of our success is ensuring that every person who resides in the state is in fact sharing in that prosperity. Yes, hard work is critical. In fact, it is fundamental. And no matter how hard some people work, because of their lack of access, they are relegated to live differently or with less. And it's simply not right. The crucial element of success is community, on how we interrelate and support one another. We are at our best when we put our nature towards the common good, towards elevating everyone, rather than the mob mentality of dragging others down or stopping them from advancing, or at worst, doing nothing to help. This isn't who we are at our core. Californians improve things. We elevate and we innovate. We invent the future, and we are greater when we come together. When we leave some behind, as we do much too often, we all lose. We all lose. Here in California, the stakes are simply much too high, and the challenges much too immediate for us not to act. At a time when much of the nation is mired in partisan gridlock, California continues to embrace the historic reforms, expand our economy, protect our precious environment, and champion true equality for all individuals. We are demonstrating why the California legislature is recognized as the nation's policy laboratory. My fellow Democrats, we are succeeding not despite our core democratic values, but because of our core democratic values. We are setting an example for the rest of the nation, across the country and across the world. The beckoning torch of the California dream is burning very brightly. And in the Senate, we are focused on 5 critical elements for the California dream: economic growth, access to higher education, environmental quality, equity, and exceptionalism. Now, on the economy, we made the smart decisions to get California back on the fiscal track. But we must expand the winner's circle to include everyone. That includes more capital investments, more job growth, and diverse and skilled workforce strengthening by job training. It also means ensuring access to retirement security so the men and women can retire with a modicum of dignity and respect. On education, we must ensure that all Californians have access to receive a quality education and achieve a post-secondary degree that's both accessible as well as affordable. In the words of our Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor, until we get quality education, we don't have an equal society. On the environment, we are leading on the environmental standards in combating climate change like no other place in the world. We are generating more green jobs than any other place on planet Earth, here in the state of California. And we continue to demonstrate that a progressive carbon reduction policy is not exclusive of economic growth. They are in fact compatible. They are in fact connected to each other. SB 32, by my wonderful colleague, State Senator Fran Pavley, will extend the Global Warming Solutions Act. And this is our landmark accomplishment of the 21st century. AB 32 is not only about reducing our global warming emissions, but it's about creating revenues to fund projects across the state where they're needed the most, reducing energy bills, cleaning our air, and generating quality jobs, so our young boys and girls can breathe into their lungs clean air, and they can drink clean water. Now we know throughout the state of California, young men and women, young boys and girls, especially young Black, Latino, and Asian Pacific Islander children, disproportionately breathe into their lungs the black carbon toxins and pollutants that sends them into the hospitals. And the highest reason for absenteeism in our public school is due to asthma in the state of California. We are showing our global leadership and moving beyond coal in the state of California. We have introduced SB 185 that will require our pension plans, both CalPERS and CalSTRS, to divest of the dirty fossil fuels that coal is once and for all. In our measure, SB 350 puts in place the standards that will spur the innovation and power a sustainable economic future for the Golden State. SB 350, what we call the Golden State Standards, 50% less petroleum use, 50% of our electricity from renewable sources, and 50% better efficiency in our buildings, all by the year 2030. My friends, we will build on our successes of the last decade, and we will not let the naysayers, the fear-mongers, the negative Nellies, or the Debbie Downers get in the way of progressive economic growth for the state of California. We have already proved them wrong, and we will again prove that they are wrong once again. Let me say this. We are the 7th largest economy in the entire world, California. And yet, here we are. We're well on our way to meeting our carbon reduction targets, and this economy is growing stronger than ever before. And the Senate, along with the Assembly and the Governor, will be working together to meet the response that is needed for the drought crisis. In the months to come, we'll be making unprecedented, immediate investments in our long-term water infrastructure. Thank you, Madam Speaker. We'll be working together. Now, on equity, we have women who simply cannot enter the workforce. They cannot enter the workforce because every single day they have no place to take their child. And it is a human and civil right for the women and for the fathers of this state to make sure that they have access to quality child care and early learning, because it is a fundamental right for all of our children to succeed. Parents, but especially single mothers, need a peace of mind that they can leave their child or their children in a place that is safe, knowing that their children are learning and are ready for kindergarten and beyond. And we're also working with our colleagues to deal with wage theft. Those in the lowest economic strata, wages are being stolen every single day. Those who work as janitors, those who work as waiters, those who work at the car washes, those who clean our houses, we must stand up for these men and women. Now, we cannot continue to preach self-reliance and ask people to pick themselves by the bootstraps when their boots are being nailed to the floor. The reality is, when we invest in our future, in our middle and working class families, we give every single child a fair shot at the California dream. And lastly, exceptionalism. We are standing up for the rights and the inclusion of millions of undocumented immigrants who are contributing to California's economic growth. Last month, I was proud to stand with Speaker Tony Atkins and my Democratic colleagues. We introduced the most comprehensive package of immigrant rights legislation ever proposed anywhere in America. Our Democratic caucus, the Assembly, has an ambitious agenda. But we have always been a state of dreamers and doers. And our state deserves leaders that will boldly lead, not meekly follow. Now, some believe that opportunity is available to everyone at birth. If they work hard, if they play by the rules, the best thing that the state can do is to get out of the way. Friends, I'm here today as a Senate President Pro Tem, not because people got out of my way, but because people got in my way and helped me along the way. We are not stronger as a state when we get out of the way. On the contrary, we are stronger fiscally and morally when we put the ladder of opportunity in the way and reach for all. And after all, That's what being a California Democrat is all about. We do this because we know that for everyone to reach the California dream, for everyone to reach the American dream, we must invest in the human capital and help improve the human condition for all individuals. I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I am truly honored to have a few moments to address each and every one of you, the activists, the advocates who inspire us, who motivate us to move the greatest progressive public policy in the nation and in the world. God bless you, and God bless the California dream. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.